Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail store. I've just recently purchased the fourth generation of the iPad mini, or so-called iPad mini 4, about like 3 days ago. But I'm not a kind of an unboxing guy, so because there's nothing like just package. And also the gold tone iPad mini 4, the instructions, like a small tiny booklet, lightning cables and the power adapter, the power brick, and that was all. Is the top-notch 128 gigabyte Wi-Fi, is the LTE Wi-Fi plus cellular model. Well, the thing is, I just wanted to show off, that was all, because I bought this one because I wanted to pay the Blind Ranger scam. Sorry that I wasted your time for about 2 minutes. Okay, let's get started. iMac late 2015. iMac late 2015. I have determined last night. I was watching baseball game, and a term, not a phrase, a term just came to my mind in a flash last night. I wanted to call these models blur the line models, because they are not bad, but they are not good either. Buying them is like premature. They are like unfinished products. Okay, in my opinion, firstly I'm going to talk about a 21.5 inch iMac late 2015. I strongly recommend that you should not buy it. I have my 5 reasons. Number 1, the minute you purchase the late 2015 iMac, it's the minute that your iMac is already outmoded, antiquated, or outdated. Apple uses the outdated processor for the 21.5 inch iMac late 2015, which is the 5th generation Intel codename Broadwell, not the 6th generation Skylake one. Apple uses this Skylake one for the 27 inch. But Apple didn't say anything about this on its proprietary retail site. I don't like these types of business practice, because for me, I think honesty is the best policy. I know, I give up. I believe that you know better than me. And you might say things like, Mark, who need Skylake? Because Skylake is all about I'm sorry about that noise. So my house is located in the middle of slum area, right next to a canal in the middle of Bangkok, Thailand. So I gotta control my temper here. You might say things like, Mark, the Skylake is superior when we compare to the predecessor or the previous generation, which is the Broadwell, only for power efficient reason. And the iMac is not a laptop, so why do we need Skylake? You're right, but I'm not wrong. If you want to go and buy it, go ahead, it's your money, it's not my money. But from me, well, for the sake of my inner strength, I like the existing one. I need the Skylake. Well, probably I can save several dollars from my electricity bill here in Thailand. Who knows? But for me, I prefer to go for the existing processors on the market, not the outdated, antiquated, outmoded, or obsolete one. So number one, your iMac 21.5 inch late 2015 is already outmoded or outdated. It's not up to date. Number two, I'll be back shortly. Let me show you something. I'll be back shortly, just for a short errand. 1 second. If you already knew, I'm sorry. If you already knew, I'm sorry. But the thing is, the iMac 21.5 inch late 2015 is not a desktop computer. It's merely a laptop. The 21.5 inch iMac uses the 2.5 inch rotational drive or conventional, traditional spinning drive. The thing is, this size 2.5 inch is a notebook size. So running at 5,400 RPM. So it's a notebook hard drive. So it's quite slow. I'm wondering why Apple didn't put the fusion drive. Apple called these types of hybrid drive fusion drive. Why Apple didn't put fusion drive in every iMac 2015, late 2015 models. So I would rather wait. Probably I wait till the fusion drive is standards across the board or the entire lineup. Number three, albeit you purchase the top of the line, the most expensive on the range, the best on the range, you still got only 8 gigabytes of RAM. How come? For me, I'll wait till I can spend the exact same amount of money, but I'll get 16 gigabytes of default RAM for the system memory. Number four, 4K display is the future. But the thing is, for me, I think a lot of people won't buy it because they wanted to view 4K contents, but I think, well, it's way better. I'll explain further why we need the 4K. It's not about pixel density. I remember what Albert Einstein said. I'll try to explain it as easy as possible. I'll try to facilitate and shorten those technical details about why we need the 4K. 4K display is not standard. It doesn't come standards across the entire line. So if you buy the entry level or the mid-range, you got the non-Retina or non-4K display. You're gonna have to buy the top of the line. I'll wait till Apple install the 4K display inside every iMac, probably like 2016. And lastly, the new iMac late 2015 models lack what most tech reviewers on many sites call discrete graphics. For me, I prefer the word distinct GPU or distinct graphic processor. It's not iMac's nature. Like for instance, you're a professional photographer. You are a pro. You do movie editing. You got magnificent. You got gorgeous, excellent, outstanding display. But the graphics performance is not powerful enough to run whether games or photo editing apps. Well, the thing is, the integrated graphic chip or the integrated graphic processor that has been soldered to motherboards are capable of doing lightweight tasks. So you're gonna have to understand the nature. Like for instance, as you can see, you buy the entry-level iMac, 21-inch. You got the MacBook Air processor, like the 1.6 something inside. That's not its nature. You got what I mean? Or if you like for hypothetically, like it's like when you were trying to install like Jeep Cherokee, like 4.0 liter engine inside a motorcycle, things like that. Or you want to install motorcycles engine inside your RV. So that's the thing. You might say things like, Mark, okay, I got it. You don't recommend, but I really need a computer today. I have two recommendations. I have two suggestions. First, seeking and you shall find. You might be able to find probably at any nearest Apple authorized reseller or Apple stores in your country, your neighborhood. You might be able to find, well, I don't recommend the used one, but you might be able to find a refurbished one. I mean, a refurbished previous generation of the iMac, the late 2013. I do recommend the mid-range. Buy the previous generation, whether like used with warranty. Okay, if you want to buy a used one, try to buy the one with some warranty period left, like 6 month warranty. But try not to buy a used one. Well, for me, I won't buy a used one. Well, I'll make a video for this one. I mean, I'll dedicate another video for this topic. You might be able to find, because if you buy a refurbished one, it's good because you got 1 year international warranty. Or you buy like previous generation, like previous models. You might be able to find. You try, seeking and you shall find. And secondly, you might say things like, Mark, I really want an iMac today. I'm not a perfectionist. I don't want to buy the previous generation because I just want to go to the nearest Apple store and pick one. I do recommend that you should buy the top of the line 21.5 inch, the Retina display one, the one with the 4K display. But try not to buy it from the store, buy it online. Before you execute your orders, do me a favor, you go to the configure to orders or custom to order page. And please upgrade the hard drive, the internal storage capacity to Fusion is a must. Trust me on this one. And I think it's a good chance. I guess the magic mouse here, right here, here's the magic mouse. I think it's a good chance to really choose. For me personally, I might go for the magic trackpad, albeit it's more expensive, but I like to try the force touch things. So that's the 21 inch. So I promised you that I would explain further about why we need the 4K. It's not about more pixel density. It's about the color, the precisions of colors, about the accuracy of colors. First, you got more colors. Apple claims that you would get 25% more available colors to display on the 4K display. And secondly, for the News P3 display, you got wider P3 range or wider P3 color gamut when you compare to regular sRGB displays. So, well, I'll make long story short. You got more color and the color is more accurate. And for me, if you're my best friend, I would say the thing is I like to watch movie a lot. And the P3 standards is the standards that most digital cinema theater use. So I prefer like digital cinema theater like experience in my house. albeit the screen is quite small, like 21.5. And you might like it if you're a professional photographer, or if you do like photo editing, like even like iPhotos or something, or Photos app. And I know iPhoto is extinct, but there is a way to bring it back to life. And there is a way to use the terminal command lines to use iPhotos with blah blah blah. I don't want to start an altercation here with all your respect. So that's about. So 4K is like it's technology is the future. So better to buy the 4K. You want to buy the existing model. I have read almost every website about the new late 2015 iMac 21.5 inch and 27 inch. I did agree and didn't agree with some ideas or opinions. These types of opinions is quite subjective, am I right? Nothing is always right and nothing is always wrong. Like first, a lot of tech reviewers, they complain about the lack of USB Type-C. I don't agree with them. I don't think we need a USB Type-C now at the moment. And let me skip this one. I don't want to waste your time. And secondly, many people complain about, well, now, if you buy the new iMac late 2015, you got all new rechargeable input devices. Some tech reviewers call input devices accessories. I don't agree with this word. Okay, I call input devices counterpart. So many complaints about the location of the charging lightning port that has been located on the bottom of the new mouse. And they complain about you can't use the mouse while it's being charged. Apple promised like 2 minutes of charging time, can regain up to 9 hours of use, or with several hours of charge, you get a month of use or something. But people complain about the locations of the charging lightning port underneath. Well, I don't agree with that because life is not that hard. Give me a break. You know what, just like 2 minutes or probably half an hour, you can go like grab snacks or, you know, get a cup of coffee, play some like video games. Like for me, I play like Live Rangers a lot. So it's kind of like life is not that hard. So people like kept complaining about the location of recharging. I don't agree with that. I got tons of battery here, and I bought them exclusively for my, because I work very hard. So I'm doing research on battery. I got tons of battery here. I'm doing research about why mice around the world like kept disconnecting, frozen or unresponsive automatically, and I've come to understand one thing. I've come to realize that for the thing is that each brand for the double batteries have like different sizes. For I know, some are taller and slightly. The thing is taller is better because inside the magic mouse. Okay, well, let me. I'll get back to this. Okay, but you don't really need to know about this because now we have come to the new era. The Magic Mouse 2 is rechargeable. The Magic Trackpad 2 is great. Fully support the Force Touch, and the new keyboard with they didn't call butterfly mechanism. They call scissors. A pair of scissors underneath each keypad. But I do agree. First, people complain about, well, it's the time that Apple should have installed 16 gigabytes of default RAM inside the top of the line for 21.5 inch or 27 inch. I do agree with this. I really do agree with this. I think it's the time. You can't just cut costs and lower the production costs. You're going to have to be responsible or accountable for customers. Because nowadays customers are not idiots. And by the way, I'm so glad that for the last like 2 days, I've come across almost like 250 comments on several sites, including the Apple support communities that people have experienced that their iPad Pros had become unresponsive after their iPad Pro were being charged for a certain period of time. So same stories as the iPhone 6s and 6s Plus. And well, the thing is, the problems can be like root by the iOS 9. I'm not quite sure about that, but I'm really glad because these comments proven my points very well. I made videos about the iPad Pro, which is not the Pro. So people ask me about how about 27-inch. 27-inch is more like it's superior. You get bigger drive. Like I'll go get one. Here's the hard drive that you find inside the iMac 27-inch. Here's the drive for the 21-inch. Look at this poor little drive, pathetic drive, versus the 7,200 RPM 3.5 rotational drive. This one is faster and bigger. Of course, consume even more energy. So this is the drive inside the. If you buy the mid-range or the top of the line, you get the Fusion. So I'm going to coach you how to choose the 27-inch iMac late 2015. Try not to buy the entry level. You will get the rotational drive, not the Fusion. And also, I have done my research about the R9 series that Apple put inside every iMacs 2015 models, the 27-inch. And I found that the GPU that they put inside the mid-range one is almost like identical. I mean, like on par in terms of performance when we compare to the top of the line, but way superior. I mean, way better, way faster compared to the entry level. For instance, like when we talk about why people buy the 27-inch iMac, when we don't talk about pros but elderly person, like my grandmother, for instance, she passed away like 7 years ago. She might prefer like 27-inch, like bigger one, much easier for her eyesight. But for me, I strongly recommend you should buy the mid-range or the top of the line because you got Fusion drive. So I'm going to talk about what is the best value. The best value. This is the drive, 1 terabyte. Nowadays, I don't think 1 terabyte is enough in the long run. To be honest with you, I think 2 is better. So if you purchase the one in the middle, the mid-range for the 27-inch, and you go to the configure to order page, you're going to see that if you want to increase the size of the hard drive, increase the capacity of the hard drive from 1 terabyte to 2 terabyte, you're going to have to pay how much? $200. $200. So you have to spend the exact same amount of money without waiting. You buy the top of the line 27 and you got $200. You pay $200, you got 2 terabyte, but you got slightly faster processor, slightly faster for the graphic processor. So if money is not the problem, because I've been working from Apple Store for like 10 years, so sometimes the company can give away like reimbursement or something for its like employees or something. So, or if you want, you can do like company receipt and get the tax back. You can manipulate things. I know I'm not an accountant, I'm a technician. So if money is not the problem, try to be a bit more generous for your iMac. You buy the top of the line. Okay, so it's all about, well, it's all about the storage capacity. Mid-range to top, try not to buy the entry level. And I got a little secret for you. I've told you the first secret that people don't really want to view 4K contents on their 4K monitor. And second secret is, well, the thing many sites stated about the Apple had lowered the price for the Fusion drive, the ad sale price or the Fusion drive upgrade price. The thing, the little secret is in the past, you would get like 128 gigabytes of the PO SSD or flash storage, or so-called like whatever. But now they have lowered the size of the SSD to like, I don't remember, but less than 30. So that's the thing. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. With all due respect, I've done my best to help you save your money. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. You're welcome to leave your comments under this video. And please can you go to my Facebook /Mac Guru. And if you appreciate my endeavor, my diligence, please can you give us a like. I do like free apps for charity. So, thanks for taking the time. I have spent almost like several weeks for this video. It lacks the discrete graphic accelerator, or so-called GPU. You got pretty good screen, but you can't do a thing with it because the integrate graphics or the integrate GPU is not powerful enough for your tasks. Because it's already exhausted, because in order to generate enough pixels on the 4K, let alone doing your work, I'll help you choose the 27-inch iMac now. You might think, well, it's now available in 3 configurations. It's now available in only 2 configurations. You think the size 27-inch size might help mitigate your eye strain? I am going to explain thorough, even deeper, about the discrepancies between 3 models, 1799, 1999, and 2299. But actually, it's now available. The new iMac 27 is now available in only 2 models. Let me explain further. It's all about the AMD R9 graphic, 380, 390, 395. 380 is one story. 390 and 395 are almost identical. First I'm going to talk about the stream processor, but I will not scrutinize much about the stream processor because not all applications or softwares will take advantage of this technology unless they were specifically tailored or designed to take advantage from the start, from the ground up. So I might skip stream processor, but more importantly, it's called memory bandwidth. You go for 380, you got only like 90 gigabyte per second. You go mid-range to top of the line, you get 160 gigabytes per second. But if you don't do graphic, you don't play graphic intensive games, you don't do 3D rendering, you're not a professional video editor or photographer. And be aware of one thing, you're going to have to check the system requirement for your applications or softwares if 2 gigabytes of GDDR5 RAM is adequate or not. Or you might need the 395X with 4 gigabytes of graphic RAM. With such magnificent screen, with such high resolution, remarkable display, requires a discrete graphic card. That's its nature. So, when Apple releases the iMac with discrete graphics, Skylake processor, I mean 21-inch of course, discrete graphics, Skylake processor, Fusion drive, and Retina display across the entire lineup. Try not to buy the mid-range. Why? Because if you are a creative professional, you know what I'm talking about. 1 terabyte is not enough for 4K video. I get my genuine 4K videos located inside my hard drive Only 5 minutes took me like 500 megabytes. So you buy top of the line. The top of the line comes pre-equipped with the 2 terabyte fusion drive, $200 more, $22.99. They lure you. It's like pretty much the same story. When we were talking about the black cylinders, Mac Pros, the black one, it's now available as only one model. It tops everything up, and what you got, the price of the top of the line, same story here. 4K display required a discrete graphic or distinct GPU. The integrated graphic chipset on the motherboard won't be adequate or enough, but try to skip this one. Because the Fusion Drive, Skylake processor, discrete graphics, and Retina displays are not standard across the entire line. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to buy the iMac, buy 27-inch. I'm sorry about my English. I've never been outside Thailand before. I'm an uneducated man. I'm not your enemy, I'm your messenger. The thing is, I'm losing my mind making this video, you know? If you buy the 4K iMac late 2015 now, will you regret buying it if next year Apple releases the new, probably mid-2016 iMac that comes standard with 4K display across the entire line, across the board, 16 gigabytes of RAM, discrete graphics, Skylake processor, and Fusion Drive. So you wait, you buy clearance model, or you buy the 4K. Why 4K? It's not about the pixel density. Apple claims you got 25% more available colors because the P3 screen does support wider color gamut or P3 gamut better than the sRGB screen. Whatever the fuck is any of the shits? Why the P3 range? Who gives a fuck? The things that we do know, who gives a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. Theater experience, like theater-like experience in your house at the comfort of your couch. For 27-inch, you buy the entry level. You don't have the Fusion Drive. You want to get the Fusion Drive, you buy the fucking mid-range. The 27 is now available in 2 models, but they trick you to think that the 27 is available in 3 models. It's about the internal storage capacity. The internal storage capacity, you buy the mid-range, 1 terabyte Fusion Drive, pay $200 more, you get 2 terabyte, slightly faster for the processor. What about the A9 graphics? They're like on par. I mean, compared to like one another. 21-inch is not for games for sure, because they lack. I don't know why they use the word discrete. I use the word distinct. Discrete graphics? Fuck you. I use the word distinct graphics processor. I've read every articles on many sites that I could find. The lady from that site said, well, the thing is, I can't distinguish, different and subtle. You know, I don't work for picture, why do we need to care about a difference? Then the guy said, well, it's quite obvious. Explicit. And then a guy from, very resounding site called the new mouse and keyboard accessories. Are you fucking kidding me? I got my magic mouse right here. And this time the The Magic Trackpad 2 is more expensive compared to the Magic Mouse. This time, but those three resulting sites uses the exact same word, facelift. Yeah, you can give your old Mac with the Bluetooth 4.0 facelift. Now, the new iMacs 2015, late 2015, come with rechargeable input devices. I do agree with one thing that the top of the line, or like 21-inch or 27-inch, should come with 16 gigabytes of default RAM. You know what many sites complain about? Well, they want the Fusion drive as standard configuration. You buy 27-inch, you got Skylake processor. You buy 21-inch, you got the outdated Broadwell. 16 gigabytes of RAM for the top of the line, whether it's 21 or 27-inch. 4K display comes standards across the entire 21-inch line. And discrete graphics for 21-inch. Bologna. So, how do you plan on using your computer for? How do you plan on using your computer for? (21-inch) iMac 21-inch. Buy the 4K, but don't buy the standard configuration. You're gonna have to buy it online, since they lower the price for the Fusion drive, lower the price of the Fusion drives upgrade. Fusion drive upgrade is a must, so you buy the 4K with Fusion drive upgrade, or wait for the models that comes standard with Fusion drive, 4K display, 16 gigabytes of RAM, discrete graphics, and newer processor, the 6th generation Intel processor. If you can't buy anything good, don't buy anything. You wait. You buy what I said, 4K with Fusion drive upgrade, or you might be able to find a clearance models somewhere. Seeking and you shall find. For 27-inch, the thing is, you buy the least expensive one. The entry level for 27 comes with regular 3.5-inch 7,200 RPM rotational drive. It's not Fusion or so-called hybrids. They could lower the freaking price because why? Because they reallocate the amount of the SSD from 128 to like less than 30. I don't remember exactly the figure. Or go to the Apple store, Apple reseller, and get yourself a new iMac facelift. You can buy a mouse, of course. Great, slightly lighter, like 50 grams for all I know, slightly lighter. And people complain about the lightning charging port is located on the bottom of this shit, and we can use it while the new mouse is being charged. For Christ's sake, give me a break. Apple claims I don't remember, it's like 2 minutes of charging or something gives you like 9 hours, and a few hours give you a month or something. You're gonna have to keep, look, life is not that harsh. People complain about the new Magic Mouse 2. cannot be charged while it's being used, cannot be used while it's being charged, because that bloody charging port is located underneath that piece of shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Buy the clearance models for 21-inch weights, or buy the 4K with fusion drive, upgrade, but I don't really recommend because you will regret. Release the one with 16 gigabyte newer version of the like 6th generation Intel processor, like Skylake shit, discrete graphics. I don't know why they use the word discrete. I prefer the word distinct. GPU, 4K, common standards across the entire line. Fusion drive or so for hybrid drive. What about 27-inch? Buy the mid-range, but if you need bigger than 1 terabyte, you go for the top of the line. Try not to buy the entry level. Leave your inquiries under these videos, and I'm not drunk. I'm losing my mind.